Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Baruch Shem Yahweh Shai, Baruch Shem Wakapakar. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Real quick, it says Trump reportedly wants to bring back firing squad, guillotine, and mass executions, which lines up with Bible prophecy. Us here at the great millstone and the brothers that follow the doctrine. You know, we've been speaking on this thing for some time and how it lines up with the scripture in Revelation, the 20th chapter, about the beheadings of those of us that don't accept the mark of the beast, which is the Seed. That's how we know that, you know, Yahweh Shai is on his way back, because through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, man, you know, the Seed is pretty much around the corner. Okay, the economic collapse, the particular chemical spills. I think you had like a few states outside of Ohio. I believe Arizona was one of them, but I may get into that later if the spirit permits. But basically what happened was that you had these particular chemical spills, which was deliberately done. All right, and they show you that in a movie called White Noise. And what's so funny is that that scene, I believe, was filmed in Palestine, Ohio, but the movie took place in Ohio. So, you know, what are the chances of that? You know, which shows you that Esau, man, he does things before, you know, they happen, because that's his way of prophesying on the left-hand side. All right, but hey, everybody that thought that this guy Trump was a good guy, X, Y, and Z, hey, he said he wants to bring back the guillotine for mass executions. Okay, and the thing about it is, when you understand Roman law, these things are actually applicable under Roman law, because when Paul went to get sentenced, I think he went before what was it? I forgot. He went before that particular governor at that time, and he had to come back and get sentenced, which was execution, to be beheaded, because he was a Roman citizen, and they felt that that was the most respectable way, or the most less degrading way to go out. You know, like if you were a Roman citizen, and you wasn't getting crucified. Okay, like Yahweh Shai, he wasn't a Roman citizen, so therefore they had put him on a cross, right along with how the other disciples, how they died. Paul was a Roman citizen, so he was beheaded. Okay, but it says former President Donald Trump has been discussing the return of firing squads and guillotines, whether to use them as part of his ad campaign in a potential run for presidency, according to the published report. And why are they doing this? Because there's a war on this information age. Okay, there's a war on free speech, and this is what they want to do. They want to silence anybody that's exposing the NWO. All right. And it says, Rolling Stone, citing 3 anonymous sources, reports Trump has on more than one occasion asked his aides about firing squads. But 2 of the sources said Trump had discussions about bringing back group executions and the use of a guillotine. It says the 3rd source said Trump has considered promoting those ideas in an ad campaign, which will involve airing footage from the executions. Now, that's sinister, because if you're doing ad campaigns and you're running for president, why would you want to show that? That's kind of degrading. That's kind of horrific, don't you think? You know, but we know that Esau, Edom is the devil that the Bible talks about. Okay, and this is what they do, and this is what they want to do. All right. So with that being said, that's the whole plan. You know, because they were speaking on it for some time. All right. But it says here, the former president believes that this will help put the fear of God into violent criminals, but those that fear the Most High got put to death. Okay, because you go to Revelation, the 5th chapter, it goes into the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. But it's saying Yahweh Shai himself was a martyr. But it says the source told Rolling Stone he wanted to do some of these things when he was in office, but for whatever reasons, he didn't have the chance. But it says, however, Trump, a spokesperson, told Insider that the ad and campaign featuring televised execution is ridiculous and fake news. But it says either these people fabricating lies out of thin air, or Rolling Stone is allowing themselves to be duped by these morons, the Trump spokesperson told. Now they trying to cover it up. But it says, but on the other hand, when asked Trump about interest in other execution methods, the spokesperson referred Insider to Trump's 2024 campaign announcement. But it says, according to the report, during that speech, Trump was heard calling for the death penalty for anybody who gets caught selling drugs, which, you know, you're a drug dealer, you're a witch, you're supposed to be put to death. All right, that's just pardon me. Right? Period. You a drug dealer, you need to be dealt with. But hey, this is getting ready to get real, brothers, man. This is part of the problem. This is part of this is a big part of the movie that we're at the end of the movie, man. And you know, brothers are gonna get caught up in that. I don't see very many, But, brothers are going to face that execution, okay, because they resisted the MOTB. All right. So this is the book of Revelation 5. And I'm going to start at verses, let's start at verses, I think it's Revelation 6. Yep, Revelation 6 and 9. It says, and when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High. So some brothers are going to be put to death for basically teaching the word. Okay, some brothers are going to die for resisting the MOTB. They already got it in the books. It says, them that were slain for the word of Yahweh and for the testimony which they had. Because remember, we overcame by our testimony. Okay, we overcame by the word we had through the blood of the Lamb. Lord's word were chosen. All right, and hey, we're ready, man. We're ready for the Lord to really make his return because, hey, man, this place is getting ridiculous, man. Brothers are suffering health issues, all types of shit. It's getting bad, man. And it says, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth, right? Because, the men of the Lord before us that died in the spirit world, the old disciples, the men that came back today. Okay, you have Elder Abba Bivens, King Masha, and just a few men that died in his faith. Hey, they're crying out to the Heavenly Father. Oh, Lord, when are you going to avenge us? When are you going to bring us back? When are you going to help us to come on earth and get our vengeance back, And it says, and one thing about it, you die in the faith, then you automatically get a ticket to the kingdom if you're in the right spirit, or if you're one of the Lord's elect. But it says, Lo Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? It says, and white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season. We're in a little season now. Okay, so at the end of this man, when this man goes down, the Lord is going to raise these men back up. It says, right, yes, for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Okay, so that's coming in the form of guillotines, firing squads, gassing. Brothers are going to go through particular regiments of being put to death, but mainly guillotines, man, because I don't really see the Lord allowing brothers to be tortured beyond measure on his side. Okay, this ain't 2,000 years ago when, we didn't have the time wasn't then yet. It wasn't time for the Lord's return. But now it's time for the Lord to return, so he's going to come back with vengeance. Okay, Revelation 20 and 4. It says, and I saw thrones and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High which they had, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received the mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years, man. Okay, and that's the point. Yahushua, man, you're going to have certain brothers that are going to get beheaded. Certain brothers coming into the faith, a lot of the 1/3, brothers that's out there doing the work. Some brothers are going to go through this, but the Lord is going to put the spirit on you to endure it. Because check this out. This is the book of Revelation, which it said was found in her the blood of the prophets. But this is the book of Revelation 18. And I'm going to start at verses 20. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. For the Most High have avenged you on her. These are the martyrs and the apostles and the prophets. These are the men of the Lord that died in this thing. Okay? And it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea. Thus saying, with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and should be found no more at all. Okay? And that's the point. Verse 24, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and all that was slain upon the earth. Quote back into this article here. Trump wants to bring back the guillotine and the firing squad. And this article came out yesterday. Okay, which shows you that this is public information. He ain't hiding it. And that's really talking about for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because even though Esau brings the drugs in, really you Jakes are the biggest face of pushing dope. Okay, and this is basically a direct shot to you. All right, last precept, I got to go back in here. But this is the book of Acts 12 and 1. It says, and at that time Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with a sword. Okay, and that's the point. And it says that because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. So there was a time of the Passover, but regardless of that, it pleased the Israelites to see the men of the Lord get put to death, because you had a division of the scribes and Pharisees that followed Yahushua. Another ones were following the Roman authorities and the high priest. All right, but yeah, man, this is a reality. Guillotines are coming back. You know, executions and so forth. These things are coming back, man. So, Lord's will, I'll go a little bit into this more later. Giving all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Baba Baba.